Hello, this is David White from Sportsman's Emporium, and I'm going to talk a little bit about being stealthy on the stream. You know, I just did a video about chasing trophy trout, and this video sort of ties in with that and the way that you want to stay stealthy. This works for really any kind of fish, but when you're out there wading on the streams this year, chasing trout, I think one of the things that plays a big role in your success is blending in really good. You know, these streams are clear. Most of the trout streams are, you know, obviously have very good water quality, so they have very good clarity. Well, just as so we can look down in the water and oftentimes spot the fish, they can also spot us. One of the really popular types of fishing shirts I've been seeing around is the UV quick dry lightweight long sleeve shirts. You know, long sleeves basically because you want to protect yourself from the sun if you're out on a really sunny day fishing. And I see a lot of them in the colors of blue and yellow, which is good because when I went down to the southern part of the country to saltwater fly fish, that's pretty much what we used. But the thing is, you know, when you're fishing the Florida flats for tarpon, the look and feel that you're going for is totally different than what you're going to go for around here. So that bright blue fishing shirt that I got for the Florida flats doesn't really work for me here. What I like to do here is dress a little more drab. This is the same kind of shirt as those quick dry UV protecting shirts. It's just in an olive drab color. And I think any combination of olive or gray, green, brown works good. But basically, if you look around at the shoreline and look at the gray rocks and then all the green leaves and the trees, brown tree trunks, you kind of want to blend in with those. These UV shirts are really good. And another thing I like about the long sleeves, if I'm fishing a particularly spooky stream, sometimes I use the sleeves for more than just the sun protection. I actually don't want the whites of my arm sticking out because the fish can be that spooky to where if you approach a hole, if you see them, a lot of times they'll see you. So I try to keep my whole profile broken down when I'm fishing those really particularly spooky wild trout streams. Now the same thing would go for a fishing vest, and this is just a little t-shirt, quick dry shirt with the olive fishing vest over top of it. I think something like this color combination works good when you're approaching the stream. And that's really what I'm going to talk about now a little bit, is approaching the stream. You know, obviously you want to dress in drab colors. You know, use your olives, your browns, your even black. I think works better than something like a blue or a white or a yellow. But in general, if you're fishing a spooky trout stream, you know, it's not just the clothes, it's your whole entire approach to the spots you're fishing. And I think one of the common things people do is they'll just walk right up on a hole, step out onto the rock, you know, that overlooks the hole right out in the broad view, and they'll spook a lot of fish in the hole before they ever fish it. You know, I like to stay a little further away from the stream, observe a little more about it. One of the things I like to do is look at bugs that are flying around the trees next to the stream. But when I'm approaching a spot that I'm potentially going to fish, a deep hole in a great stream, I have a tendency to try to stay high up on the bank, stay away from it, approach it from downstream, because most of the time the trout will be facing upstream waiting for the food to come to them. So I like to stay behind the fish. I don't like to walk from upstream right onto their profile. You know, what I tend to do is stay a little bit off the stream. I try to get high up, and before I even cast, I'll just watch and observe for a little while. For one thing, it helps me find little pieces of information I'm looking for. What kind of bugs? Maybe I'll see a trout swimming around feeding actively, or I'll see a big fish. But another thing it does is it just simply calms me down and gets me in a little bit more relaxed of a fishing mode, instead of just jumping right into it and starting to cast and getting out there real quick. I just feel like personally taking your time, you know, creeping up on the stream, really studying the water before you get to it can be real helpful. And like I say, it's a great peace of mind. Not only is it helpful to keep your profile down, but it just relaxes you on the stream. And when you're out fly fishing for trout, you do way better if you're relaxed.